and I'm here today with another special book. What makes the book that I'm going to share today so special is that it handles some difficult topics such as anxiety, bullying, and it also handles social emotional learning. This book is specifically designed for tweens ages 9 through 12, although it can be for younger children as well as adults. So the book that I'm going to read is titled Zuri's Quest, Managing Anxiety, and the author is Lateefat Odunuga. And let's read her dedication. This book is dedicated to all children, teenagers, parents, educators, mental health professionals, and all those who work with children and are committed to improving their mental health. Zuri was not feeling good. She looked at her desk in the classroom and saw that someone had doodled all over it with chalk. Her chair was soaking wet. As she stared at her desk and chair with teary eyes, she heard a few snickers from behind her. Someone thought that her pain was fun. Zuri pulled out some tissues from her pocket and wiped the desk and the chair. She could not believe that her own classmates were doing such mean things to her. It all started when Zuri was selected for the main role in the upcoming school play. Her teacher praised Zuri's acting and singing skills, selecting her as the main character. So it sounds like her classmates may have been a little jealous. But unfortunately for Zuri, Kyra, the it girl in her school, had wanted the same role. It resulted in Kyra and her friends bullying Zuri relentlessly. They even called her names on social media. And do you know what that's called? That's called cyberbullying. Zuri remembered when she had been a bright and confident girl. But now with Kyra's bullying, she felt that she was becoming different. She was no longer happy and content. She found herself constantly worrying about what others said or thought about her. She was always nervous and felt her muscles trembling or twitching when she was stressed. She had no appetite, and it was becoming increasingly difficult to fall asleep at night. Oh, poor Zuri. Why is this happening to me, she thought as she sat down on her chair. I didn't do anything wrong. Why are they treating me like this? She felt herself becoming increasingly anxious. Her hand automatically moved to her mouth. Zuri had started biting her nails recently. Now there was nothing left to bite off. As the bullies laughed from behind her, Zuri felt suffocated. Her breathing became irregular and her heart was beating faster. Just when Zuri thought she could not bear it anymore, their teacher, Miss Stone, came into the classroom. Zuri was glad that Miss Stone decided to come at that very moment. If she had not, Zuri was worried about what she might have done. Not good at all. Zuri opened her textbook and found a note inside it. Still think you can be the main character? It read. Zuri looked at Kyra, who was sitting right behind her. Kyra smirked at Zuri. So Kyra isn't nice at all, is she? That night, Zuri found it even more difficult to fall asleep. She watched the clock ticking and felt restless all night. The next morning, she woke up with black circles under her eyes. Her mom was worried to see her looking like a panda. Are you okay, Zuri? Asked her mom. You don't look good. In fact, I have seen you acting strangely for the past few weeks. You can tell me anything. You know that, right? I'm fine, Mom, Zuri said as she got ready for school. That day they had the first rehearsal of their play. As Zuri climbed up the stage, her hands and feet were trembling. Her throat felt dry, and she felt like she could faint at any moment. Everyone was staring at her, including Kyra. Kyra made a thumbs down gesture at Zuri. Mrs. Phillips, who directed the play, noticed that Zuri was not feeling okay. You can take a break for today, Zuri, she said, and on her locker there's a sign that says, quit. Zuri scrambled off the stage and left the hall. She felt that the other students were all laughing at her. When she went to her locker to get her bag, she saw the word quit written on it with red color lipstick. Zuri felt that it was the most difficult day in her entire life. She wanted to disappear from the world to escape the problems she was feeling. That evening, as she was helping her mom prepare dinner, Zuri found herself biting her fingers. She closed her eyes for a moment and saw the bright red letters Q-U-I-T flashing before her eyes. She was unable to get the word out of her head as it kept popping. Zuri was shocked to find herself biting her fingers until it bled. She knew that it was a very bad thing, not something a child like herself should even be thinking about. Without even knowing, tears began to stream down her face. Her mom glanced at her and saw her crying uncontrollably. "That's it," said her mom. "I know that you're hiding something from me, Zuri. Please tell me what it is. I cannot see you suffering like this." Zuri looked at her mom and saw tears in her eyes. She said she hated seeing her mom like that. So Zuri told her mom about everything. She told her how Kyra and her friends were bullying her. "I'm feeling scared and anxious all the time," Zuri cried. "I feel like I'm suffocating. I don't know what to do." Oh my goodness. Her mom took a deep breath. "I'm glad you told me about this," she said as she hugged Zuri. "Don't worry, you're not alone. You are going to get through this. When I was little, I went through anxiety too. Let's get through this together, okay?" Zuri nodded. That evening, Zuri and her mom talked about so many things. Zuri had never talked so much before in her life. It felt relaxing to empty her mind. "I'm going to read you a story today," said Zuri's mom. "I know that it has been a long time since I last read you bedtime stories, but bear with me, okay?" Zuri smiled as her mom read her a bedtime story. It made her recall the time when she was a happy little girl. Zuri went to sleep with a happy smile on her face. She could not remember when she last slept so peacefully. On the next morning, she woke up feeling fresh and energetic. Stay tuned for part 2. I'll see you later.